Hello everyone, we are back with a surgery vlog, and this video is going to be of my second lipedema surgery. First of all, if you don't know what lipedema is, I pronounce it lipedema, some people pronounce it lipedema, but it is the same thing. I'm going to leave a video that I filmed below. It's super informative. It basically tells you everything that you need to know about lipedema. So if you're not sure what it is, pause this video, go watch that one first, and then come back to this one. But if you didn't know, in January of 2023, which I cannot believe is over a year ago now, I had my first lipedema surgery. This surgery was on my lower legs, so my calves and kind of a bit around my knees as well. And I documented the whole process of flying to Madrid to see the specialist Dr. Burgos to get that first surgery. So again, if you guys haven't seen the first video, I will leave a link to that below. But here we are ready for round two, which should hopefully be my final lipedema surgery. So obviously I went through round one of surgery, which as I've said was on my lower legs, on my calves, and that surgery changed my life beyond measure. To be able to look down and see some definition in my legs, like see a glimpse of an ankle, see my shin bone, things like that, has been incredible. And that might sound so small to some people, but I've been struggling with lipedema since puberty. So I'm 29 now, probably over 15 years I've been struggling with this. Just a note before we jump in, before I knew about lipedema treatment, which is water-assisted liposuction, and how different of a method that is from normal liposuction, I actually had surgery on my thighs. This was probably almost 10 years ago now, and that just worsened my thighs even more. They were very, very bumpy. It's like the surgeon that I went to had taken a bunch of fat from one place, but no fat from another place. So it was kind of like mountains on my legs. And that definitely made this surgery a lot harder. I knew going into it that I wasn't gonna get absolutely perfect results. He was just gonna do the best that he could with my legs as they were before. It was a lot harder of a case. So bear that in mind when you look at my before videos and stuff. I did have previous surgery and it was very botched. In fact, let's insert a photo of my thighs before I had that surgery. You can see there were no like ridges and lumps of fat on my legs. But that's something to note because of that surgery, I probably will end up having another surgery on my legs just to finish this whole lipedema process off. Dr. Burgos is a specialist in Madrid, Spain, and he is absolutely incredible at what he does. I stalked his work on Instagram for at least 2 years before I contacted him about having surgery for myself, and I'm actually going to be posting an interview that I did with Dr. Burgos, so keep your eyes peeled for that if you want pretty much every single question answered by the man himself. I asked all the questions that I've seen in my comments section from you guys, so hopefully when that video goes up, any and all of the questions you might have if you are planning to have this surgery or just about lipedema in general will be answered, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, for now, let's head on over to Madrid to get my second surgery. Today's surgery outfit of the day. Looking smashing.
Where'd you get everything?
This is from M&S. I got my Taylor Swift Eras Tour jumper on, leggings, Crocs,
Comfy socks.
comfy socks. Mum and I just heading to the hospital this morning for surgery. I'm going to talk to Dr. Burgos and then think I'm first in, so let's go. Just went to pee and they brought me my outfit of the day, Jane says.
Okay, so here we are with Gabriella. We're today addressing the upper legs, and we see what's the result of the lower legs. We see how we have recovered the anatomical shape. It used to be quite a lot of volume around the ankles, and now we have restored that anatomy. We see now the shin bone, the kneecap, and today we are addressing the upper legs. We see how the texture of the fat is absolutely different now compared to the area that we're gonna address, which is much more dense, much more fibrotic. In her case, as she had some previous surgeries, there's a little bit of irregularities here and there. So we're gonna take them into account to look for obtaining like the most smooth surface. So what we've done now is to mark all the mild and moderate irregularities in gut. So this is like a map for us, for surgeons, a guidance to treat those areas that need to be treated more and respect these areas that have been over-treated. So for example, in this area here, we're going to remove more volume here, here, and here to make the surface as even as possible. Alright, so here we are with Gabriella addressing the upper legs today, and this is a moment where the surgeon takes some time to visit the patient in the room before the surgery to discuss the last minute questions. As it's her second surgery, she's already really aware of all the process, but as most of the patients come from abroad, it's a good moment to tell them what's going to happen. At first, they're going to be taken to the preoperative area. They're going to check the allergies, the name, and everything, the procedure. In the operation room, everything's very calm. It's not like in the movies that everybody's running. It's in fact a little bit boring. So we're going to be to the preoperative area, then we're going to go into the operation room. We're going to apply some antiseptic liquids, and then go into the table, get the IV access, and we go with the anesthesia. We do the surgery, and after surgery, we put the compression back on, some bandages as well to reinforce the compression, and this is going to be taken to the recovery areas. It will stay there usually between 1 or 2 hours, and then it's going to be taken to the room. And in the afternoon, the idea is that she's going to be able to sit and to stand and walk a bit, more or less like a penguin. So yes, this is what we do at the day of the surgery.
So I just saw Dr. Burgos. He has drawn on my legs. I will have probably shown you some of that footage. And I am now ready for surgery. I'm the first one in today, so he's probably going to be coming for me soon. Feeling nervous, but good. So the surgery went really well, but I wanted to show you the reaction that I have to anesthetic because it happens every single time I have anesthetic. I just cannot stop shaking. It's like a full body shake. This clip that my mum took made me laugh because you can literally hear the bed that I was on shaking.
Oh gosh, how are you doing? Okay. Okay.
Can I have a sip of water?
Of course you can. Let's go for second outfit of the day.
Second outfit of the day, we've got a glorious blue dress on from Zara.
No, but earlier you had a little kind of an off the shoulder look. That was cute. I think you styled it a little.
Off the shoulder dress.
Yeah, really cute.
And we have got bandages.
And then your accessory.
Muffins. So I'm allowed to eat in 10 minutes. And I've chosen this, muffins, and I can't wait. But it'd be so much nicer with a cup of tea.
How do you feel?
In pain.
Yeah.
I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
It's gone down a bit, but I am on my period at the same time, so I've got endo pain as well.
Well, they just hooked you up with some meds, so hopefully those kick in soon.
Fingers crossed, and then I can eat a muffin.
We'll check back in when we get a sandwich.
Okay. Hello. It is the day after my surgery. I'm in a lot of pain today. My legs have swollen so much it feels like they're gonna burst open my compression, but because they feel so swollen and I've got compression on, it's just absolutely killing. They just want to be out of them, but I don't get out of them until tomorrow when I have my first massage. So I'm just trying to power through until then. Aside from that, my blood pressure is low. It was 86/42, so it's a bit low. So I'm getting a bit dizzy when I stand up, but hopefully that will go up. I've got a bag of tramadol going into me at the minute, so hopefully the pain will go soon. But I'm swollen everywhere. My face is swollen, my hands are swollen, my arms. So weird. But I'm just playing some Animal Crossing. Cam is coming soon and she's bringing me a little ice cream, so that's going to be nice. And that's all the updates I've got. My toes are so swollen right now. Look at them. They look like friggin' sausages. Being discharged, we are heading back to the flat. We've got so much stuff.
I'm off to MLD today. I had my first one yesterday in the hospital, but this is the first proper one where they hook you up to the machine that like does all the work. So we're going there, and then me, Cam and Mum are gonna go find some paella, hopefully, paella, or just something to eat for lunch, something nice. I'm feeling okay. I'm in a lot of pain, like more pain than last time, but I'm feeling better, if that makes sense. I got a hotel so close to the massage place, which is so good because it was like a 20-minute walk last time, which wasn't helpful.
One super important part of the surgery process is something called MLD, which stands for manual lymphatic drainage, and it's super important to have it done at least a few times a week for the first few weeks after surgery. It basically really helps the swelling and helps to get rid of the excess fluid in your legs, and it really does help the recovery process. So let me show you what MLD looks like. So with my first and second surgery, I went to a place called Sana Manzana. I know there are a couple of different MLD places that the Lipemedical team recommend, but this is just the place that I went to, and I thought they were great every single time. All of the ladies who work there were so lovely. But what they do is basically they give you a massage on your legs, which is super light, like really not painful at all. And then they wrap you in bandages and tie your feet to this machine that moves them continuously for about 45 minutes. Then they take the bandages off, they help you get back into your compression, and there you go. It's a 2-hour process though, the whole thing, and I was having this every day. So 2 hours every day for the MLD is what you can expect after your surgery. I thought I would just show you a little bit around Madrid though. If you've never been, it is such a beautiful city. All of the old buildings are so gorgeous. I managed to make it out to have a couple of meals out with Cam and my mum, which was really nice. But yeah, here's a little look around the city.
The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt. Just what it was needed, clean in the blackest night.
Last dinner with Cam before she goes back to America tomorrow, and I am walking. I'm so excited. This is the first time I've actually like walked somewhere. So we will see how it goes. I've got double compression on now, which is so tight. I'm kind of walking like the Tin Man. I'm good. Look at me go. Look at me go.
Good job, babe.
Thanks.
They'll be gone. The trees will bloom and ice will melt.
All right, so here we are with Gabriella. We're gonna do the checkup after the 10 days, the days after surgery. We do the surgery, the day after surgery, they leave the hospital. They're gonna have a lot of contact with our team in the following days. And this is a moment we take to have a look at what's the situation, especially to tell the patients that what they're going through is normal. In the lower legs, there's no stitches. We just check the skin situation, the incisions, and so on. In the upper part, we take advantage of this consultation to remove the stitches so the patient can travel without the stitches. So it's a relaxed moment when we discuss the further steps, what's going to happen in the following days and weeks. And also the patients get some time to ask questions and to know more about what's going to happen, or if they have future surgeries, to discuss a bit about these surgeries. As we know, we're a whole group of surgeons, so sometimes the checkup is with me, sometimes it's with other surgeons of the team, but it's a moment we like a lot because we can talk about what to expect, and especially if the patient has the first surgery, to know that that's what she's going through, it's absolutely normal. Or if, for example, he has some bruising or some situation, we can put the measures to improve or accelerate the healing.
I can't remember what day this was, probably around day 7 or 8, but I actually managed to walk home from my MLD, which was huge. Madrid is actually one of my favourite places that I've been for shopping. If you guys love shopping, you need to take a trip there. They have such incredible shops like this one. I've got no idea what it's called. I should have probably got the name, but they basically just sell a bunch of cozy things like blankets and slippers. I actually bought myself a pair of slippers and that's what I wore on my feet because my feet were so cold in the wheelchair and they just wouldn't fit in my boots. After lipedema surgery, whether it be on your lower legs or your upper legs, you have to stay in Spain for a minimum of 10 days. But after 10 days, it was time for me to catch a flight home. Now, this is always a tricky part of the process because obviously you're in a lot of pain, but I will say if you are flying from England, the flight is only 2.5 hours, so it's not too long, and you do get given pain medication after surgery, so if you just make sure you take that before you get on the flight, that's really important. One thing I did want to mention though is that Madrid airport is huge. It is so big and it's recommended that you get assistance at the airport. So basically you need to book a wheelchair in advance. I did this with the first surgery and I do have regrets about not doing it with the second one because I ended up walking 8,000 steps around the airport, and the most steps that I'd done after my surgery at that point was like 2,000. So I was absolutely exhausted. My legs hurt so bad by the time I even got on the plane. So I would say that's a really important thing to do. Make sure you book a wheelchair. It makes it so much easier. A staff member will push you around, push you through security and take you right to your gate. But now that I'm home, I'm having MLD twice a week. I go to this amazing lady in Hove who I found after my last surgery. She's incredible. She's called Natalie. I'm gonna leave her link below actually if you guys are in the Brighton and Hove area and you need someone really good for massage, MLD. Specifically if you are having this surgery, I will leave her details below because she is so great. But I'm seeing improvements every single day. Every day my legs get a little bit less painful. They were so swollen when I first had the surgery and really hard as well. But obviously the massage helps to soften that tissue that's been bruised during the surgery. And yeah, every day they're just getting better and better. I'm gonna put on screen what my legs are looking like today. I think I'm currently about 20 days post-surgery. They're looking amazing, but this isn't even the final result. They are still swollen. And like I've been mentioning throughout this video, I think I am gonna have to have a third surgery. Now that's not gonna be for lipedema, it's actually gonna be for the saggy skin that's been left behind. So as you can see, when I turn around to the back of my legs, this is still quite swollen right now, but once the swelling fully goes down, my skin is gonna be quite saggy. And Dr. Burgos talked me through this. He basically said we can do lighter liposuction on your thighs if you don't want to have a third surgery for your skin, because that won't affect the skin as much, or we can do the maximum on your thighs with the knowledge that you will probably need a skin surgery after. So what the skin surgery will do is it will basically pull the saggy skin up. I'll have a cut right at the top of my legs and that'll be the final part of the process for me. I've got no idea when or even if I'm gonna have that done. Honestly, I don't know. I'm just so happy with where my legs are at right now compared to what I started with. I'm so grateful. This surgery has truly changed my life, but it feels a shame to not finish it off properly, if that makes sense. Anyways, I've written down some things to note if you are planning on having this surgery. One of the things is that you have to have compression made to measure. Now you can either go to Spain to have that done or you can get it done in England. Dr. Burgos will just send you everything that you need to know about your compression before surgery, but you have to wear your compression for 8 weeks before you have surgery. And then something that I didn't know is after you've had the surgery, they actually cut a hole in your compression because you're not allowed to take it off for the first couple of days. So you've basically got this hole that you need to pee out of. Now, not to be too graphic, but something that I found difficult with this surgery is I forgot to take this little contraption that I've got called a Shiwi. I'll put a picture of what it is on screen. That helped me so much with my last surgery. You just slot it in the gap that he's cut and pee like that. But I forgot to take that this time, and your pee doesn't always go in a direct straight line down, or at least mine doesn't. And that is something that I really struggled with during this surgery. So I would recommend you take a Shiwi with you. do. No matter how stupid you might feel using it, it's a necessity. And also you need to take needle and thread, or the person that accompanies you needs to take needle and thread, because after a couple of days, you're gonna have to sew the hole back up because you're gonna have to still wear these compression. So you don't want a big gaping hole in them. So take needle and thread. You're also gonna want to hire a wheelchair after surgery. I really recommend this. I think some people don't do it, but honestly, I don't know what I would do without a wheelchair after this surgery. It's so painful. If you go to this hospital, which is where I had my surgery, I do know that the Lipemedical team practice in a couple of different hospitals, but if you go to this one, right at the end of the street, there's a pharmacy where you can hire a wheelchair, but you have to put a deposit down of €100. So just know that you will get it back when you give the wheelchair back at the end, but to hire the wheelchair, you have to put a €100 deposit down, plus the rental charge for 15 days minimum. I'll ask Jane what that was because I don't actually know what the final price was after you get your €100 back, so I'll put that on screen. Another thing to note, the Uber app is an absolute must, so make sure you've got that downloaded. Something that really helped during my first surgery, I would say, honestly, if you can do this during the first surgery, really think about doing it. Book a third seat on the plane. So you can have you, a spare seat, and then the person accompanying you back home. This was so important in the first surgery. I was in so much pain and all I wanted to do was put my legs up, and to even sit with them down for a 2.5-hour flight was so painful. So we booked the middle seat as well, and I was able to sit with my legs up for the whole flight. Also, be mindful of the cost of medicines. After surgery, you are going to need bandages for your MLD. You're going to need the different creams that they ask for. One is called Linavera and the other is called Thrombosid, I think. That's for the bruising. And the surgeon will send you home with some prescriptions as well. So make sure you set aside some money to be able to pay for those after your surgery too. And my mum wanted me to say that it's stressful for the person that accompanies you as well. I would say go a day early if you can, or a couple of days early. Have a little walk around the area so you know exactly where you are, and the person who's accompanying you knows exactly where the shop is, the nearest pharmacy, things like that. That takes the stress down for them. And I also wanted to note as well, I've had my surgery with Dr Burgos, but the Lipemedical team have so many specialized lipedema surgeons. If you go for your surgery, you might get Dr Burgos, but you might get assigned somebody else. They are all just as incredible as each other, so don't worry about that. But I'm going to leave a link below to the Lipemedical team if you guys want to check them out. I'm going to be back very soon with the interview that I did with Dr Burgos, just to talk more thoroughly through everything about lipedema and the surgery. But for now, I'm so happy with my results. I couldn't be happier. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe for more content from me, and I will see you soon. Bye.